Hit check. We struggled, so you shouldn't.
Hi all. Today we will be looking into a very basic lab called Bounty Hacker. So since this is a very basic one, we can use the THM's attack box itself. So we don't need to start our virtual box and Kali VM. So this is the THM TryHackMe, and you can search the lab Bounty Hacker. Okay. So if you search it, you will be finding it. And since I have already covered this one, done this one, still this has some basic ideas on Linux, how to hack that one, and basic commands, how you approach a Linux machine. So initially, uh, let me just give you a brief like that. So we start the attack box itself. Okay. So once it's started, uh, I can provide all the commands and everything in order to further continue with this lab. Okay. So once you scroll down, you can see, if you see this icon, it means it has a machine to attack, like sample machine, like simulation they have provided. We need to attack that box, attack that machine through this uh, attack box PC. Okay. So since this machine is starting, I can also start the lab machine as well. Okay. Mhm. So your machine has started. It may need a few minutes to become accessible. Okay, it's fine. So once the THM machine started, which means that is the target we are going to attack. Okay, that machine IP will be shown here around, like, once it started, it will show. Okay, active machines information. IP is given. Okay, you can see attacker machine. Okay, connected via attack box. Attack box is this machine which we are seeing now, and the IP of this machine should be shown here somewhere on the top right corner. Okay. So we can find the IP via the command, or else here itself lab machine it's showing bounty hacker machine. Okay. So you can see, since my premium version of THM profile, I'm having 2 hours. If you are a common user, you will be having, non-premium users have 1 hour only. Okay. You need to add one more hour when it's time, like when it's close by. Enter to close. Okay. So on the right side, I'll open the terminal. Consider this as uh, our machine, like our Kali virtual machine. Okay. Okay. Terminal is open. So let me figure out if config, if config. Okay. So you will find the IP of it. You can see it's the inet IP 10.48.112.195. Okay, this is the attacker machine, our machine. Okay, the lab machine is the TryHackMe rooms machine, where we are going to try to attack that machine. Okay, so first of all, we need to figure out whether we are reachable to that machine. 10.48.183.101 ping. Okay, ping works. So which means the lab machine is the target. You should know that. So initially, this lab is a simple lab, so you don't need to worry much on this. So it has some basic ideas. Initially, like let's say when you start hacking a machine, you need to know the IP of it initially, IP, OS, or general information. These are the reconnaissance part. Okay, after reconnaissance, you can scan like Nmap, which we have already covered in our previous playlist. You can scan and figure out whether any open ports are there, whether any services are running on open ports, which easily helps you to hack into those machines, right? So after that, accessing the machine by using the weak points or vulnerabilities, you are going to access it. Then you will figure out what is the privilege. After accessing, you will be getting the normal user access. You need a privilege access like a root or sudo access. You need, then only you can like you might be having the admin privilege after that by the privilege escalation. Then you need to maintain the final part, maintaining the access. Once you got the access, you need to clear out all the logs, because otherwise they will know you already somebody has accessed their PCs. So you need to be clear about these steps. So until the scanning part we have done in our previous lesson by Nmap. So after that, what you are going to do, how you are going to access it, and how you are going to get the privilege access. That part, that portion is covered in this video. Okay. So let's see. Let me read it for you. So no answer needed. Initially deploying the machines already done. So these kind of things are done already. Okay. After that, deploy the machine. Find open ports on the machine. We know how we can do it. By now you might be already knowing these things. Sorry, I typed in the website. Okay, let me type in here. On my machine, I'm trying to scan it. So initially how we will do general scanning. Nmap -st is for TCP scan and -v for verbose, and we can provide the IP of the lab machine. Okay, 183 10.48 183 101. Okay, let's see. So it has discovered several open ports and several closed ports. Okay, you can see that one. So the open ports here, 22 is SSH, 21 FTP, and 80 is HTTP. So here, if you would have added few more switches, like I only added the very basic one, TCP scan and verbose. You can go for the -sv for version scan for in-depth information, or else you could use script scan -sc. Okay, so I'm just sharing the previous lessons as well, so that you will be having some idea on it. So here, sorry, D, you can see FTP, SSH, HTTP are open. Okay, if HTTP is open, you can try this IP address in the browser. Okay, so just general. If SSH open, you can try SSH access, or FTP. Via FTP you can try. And let me show, for now this is enough for me. since I found FTP is open, I can move further. But let me just show you -sv output as well, so that you will have a comparisons. So script scan -sv st and hyphen t4 is for, t4 is for the average time speed, and v for the version, sorry, verbose, and sc for the script scan, default scripts, any vulnerabilities we can figure it out, sv for the version. Okay, let's say ssh mean with ssh or any vulnerability is available on that, so those information would be gained from this. So let's enter it. Meanwhile this scans, let me check my recording, because last time I had some hard time since I already recorded and the voice didn't got captured. Okay, now this output also ready, so you can see. Hope you got the additional information here, right? See, port 20 FTP data is closed, port 21 FTP is open, and it shows VSF TPD version number. So this is one of the important point, because I think this VSF TPD is a backdoor. Like with this version, if you search on exploit database, there's a site for it. There you can figure out what is the file or executable you can execute and get the access to this machine. Okay, so since I already knew this machine, this THM lab is a simple one, not that much hard, so that they don't require us to do follow this part. I think in my previous lab, one of the video contains regarding the cyber exploit or something. I can't remember the exact lab name. In that one, I have shown you all how you can use this version number and get the exploit DB and get the file and execute and get the access. Okay, I'm just recording so that you will remember, or next time you can cover it. Okay, for now we already know the details, so we don't need to worry too much on that. So HTTP also they are providing the Apache engine number. Okay, all these are informations you can grab later on when doing pen testing. You might need it. Okay, so here, not in this lab. It's a simple one. Don't worry. So now I know FTP is open for this one, right? And what is the question they are asking? Deploy machine, find open ports on the machine. So already open ports found 3. Who wrote the task list? We just do the FTP for it. Okay, FTP 10.48.183.101. Enter, and it's asking for a password. Also in the FTP, you can see after the version, you can see below anonymous FTP login allowed. Okay, so if with this case, you can try the username or password as anonymous, or else FTP also you can try. Okay, let's just try it. So provide FTP and the IP, and it will prompt you for the password or username. Name, I think username is asking. So let me provide anonymous, and I got the access. Okay, so it's simpler one, like just FTP and provide the IP address, If you provide anonymous, it's getting sometimes FTP also or blank will also work for this password or username. Okay, so I can provide ID command, permission denied. Who am I? Okay, so both didn't work. Let me first try ls command. Okay, so when I list the command ls, it's showing there are two text files, logs.txt, task.txt. Uh, let's see whether we could read this one. If not, uh, we need to download that one as well. Okay, by the get command. Let me just check cat task.txt invalid command. Okay, so the cat command is not allowed. So since this is a FTP login and we just logged in as an anonymous user, so we can't expect we have full rights or all the commands available for us to, like what do you call the general Linux machine, we will be having all the commands and all accessing, right? So let's do this way. Let's download these files. Okay, get logs.txt. Okay. Mhm. Which means this get command shows you are downloading it to the machine which THM provided to you. Okay, so now after the FTP we are already inside the target machine. Okay, by using the FTP protocol we reach the target machine. Now inside the target machine we don't have full privilege or full, all the commands are not available for us. Okay, so in that case we are trying to download these files logs.txt by using the get command. Okay, command successful and this much information got downloaded. So let me download the other one as well. Txt. Okay, so that one also downloaded. Now what I can do is I can exit from here, and at this point I'm inside the THM machine. Okay, not the target machine, my THM machine. Okay, like our Kali machine. So here let's do the ls, and when I list, uh, I can see the task.txt file is there, which we downloaded, and there should be logs.txt as well. Of course, it's here. Okay, so now let me read it here. Cat logs.txt. Okay, so it seems like a word list for me. So it has several passwords, I think, general common ones. Okay, let me explain what is word list later. So for now, let me open the other one, cat task.txt. Cat task. No such file or directory, but I saw one. Sorry, I added something else. There shouldn't be a yes. Okay, cat task.txt. Okay, so you can see product VCS plan for red eye pickup on the moon by Lin. Okay, so this task.txt, they have asked who wrote the task list. It's by Lin. Okay, so that's what they're asking. And what service can you brute force with the text file found? uh, I can brute force via using the Hydra. I can brute force SSH because I'm having a word list now. Let me tell you what is a word list and what is Hydra. Okay, Hydra is a let's say generally I have a command. If you know a username and a password, you can gain. I mean, like if you know a username but you don't know the password, or if you don't know both of it, you can use the Hydra tool in order to brute force it. Brute forcing means you can provide a list of general guest passwords or anything. With that one, you can get the get this password list tested one by one randomly. Okay, so by checking, you can see here, let me copy it and help you. Okay, so Hydra is our tool. Okay, this Hydra is the tool, and let's say in order to log in, you need a username and a password. Okay, by using, let's say, if you are trying to log in with the SSH protocol like FTP, we can do SSH as well. Okay, so our normal machine is there, like our THM machine. From here, with the SSH, I'm trying to log into the target machine. Okay, so in order to do SSH, I need a username and a password. But in this case, I don't have the username or password. But I already found a name, a file written with name of Lin, right? Just now we found. So that Lin, let me consider him as a user. Okay. So if you already have a valid username or anything, we can use it as Lin. I mean, use it as a like general one. We just try it with hyphen simple L. Okay. In case if you don't know a username or anything, but you still have a list of usernames like 4 or 5 or 10, whatever it is, this general like username admin or anonymous or anything, these kind of things you can add it into a text file. Okay, after adding it into a text file, you can provide this text file as a reference for your username. In that case, you need to use the capital L, not the simple L. Okay, so list.text. Let's say in this list.text, there are few random usernames, administrator or anything. Let's say admin or administrator or what do you call user one, whatever, a common username list. Likewise, password also might have a common password list. Okay, so this particular text list you are providing, if you are providing a list of names, you need to use hyphen capital L as a switch. If you are providing a particular name or particular username, then you can mention it as a as like hyphen small l. Okay, then after that, same scenario for the password. Here you can see we already found logs.txt had a list of names, right? I mean list of passwords. It's like non-numeric and like encrypted form and words and like mixed sentences, numbers, words, everything was there, right? So that list you can consider it as a reference for your password, logs.txt. So if you are providing a full text document, then you need to use the capital letter hyphen capital P. If you are providing only a particular password only or particular word only, then you can use hyphen simple P. Okay, when you are using Hydra tool, you need to know this one. Either you use the capital or the simple. If you are providing a full document or text file, then use the capital. If you are providing only a particular name or anything, then provide the simple letter. Okay, then after that, provide the target IP address and the protocol. Okay, so this way we can try to brute force. This is what brute force. So when you provide this command, Hydra, what it will do is like it will fix this lin as the username, and for password in this file there are like 20 words. It will check one by one whether this is the clear password or the other one, which one is correct. It will check one by one and figure out if it is if it found a valid one, it will be showcasing it as uh, password found to you. Okay, so when we do the lab, it will be more clear for you all. So let me continue with the lab. So you can see the logs.txt as a word list, which is what called like it consumes a lot of uh, gender words and guest passwords. Okay, so each one of these will be tested by the Hydra tool. So if it is a valid one, it will stop there and show you uh, the password has been detected like that. Okay, you can see that one now. So what service can you brute force with text file found? It's mentioned SSH, it's fine. What is the user's password? So I already found, but anyways, let me try it. Hydra hyphen L. Okay, so I already know it's link. Okay, and which means the username. So simple. Hyphen capital P because I am providing a list of password. Okay, which is logs.txt, right? Let me check the name. Was logs.txt and the IP of the target 1048 183.101 and SSH. Okay. Sometimes we might need to provide like SSH at the IP. We see whether this works or not. Okay. Since this is successful, so we figured out after the Hydra command, you can avoid all these. If you want, you can read. So it's showing attacking this machine SSH. Okay. And the host IP is showing. You can see 1048.183, which is our target lab machine. Login link, password, it's showing Red Dragon Syndicates thing. Okay. So this is the password I have provided here in the left side. What is the user's password? So once after you use the Hydra tool, it shows the username and the password. Okay. By the 22 port 22 SSH service. Okay. And yeah, it's fine for now. So now next step, what I can do, you can see it's showing it already provided you the commands. Okay, you can do the SSH to this. So let me copy it and I can paste it. Is okay. So enter. It's showing no such file or directory. Okay, sorry, it's the browser. I made the mess. Okay, SSH. Lin is the username at the IP you need to provide. Sorry about the previous one. I was trying to do the SSH in the other way. This is the correct one. Okay. So SSH space Lin is the username at this particular IP, target IP. Okay. And all the commands and outputs, I have the text document previously when I did. I'll be sharing as usual in our Google Drive. and description might be having the link, so you can get it there. Okay, so I sure you want to continue connecting, of course. Yes, and the password it's asking, I already found the password, so I can provide this. Copy, paste, enter. Okay, we got the access. Okay, I hope the concept is clear for you all. We found the username and password by with the word list uh, being brute forced by the Hydra tool. Okay, now we got the access to the target, but we can see I am a Lin user now. Okay, my username is Lin in this machine, not the admin or root. So let's see id command. Okay, id shows is Lin, and who am I also I can try. Again it's Lin, and ls. Okay, let's has the text file of this guy. So user.text file. So let me read it. At user.text. So it has a flag, but I don't know whether they record the flag or not. Mhm. Copy it. I think I need to use this part for the copy pasting. Mhm. It's fine. Anyways, I copied by right clicking. So next step after the password. Okay, this is the flag they have asked user.text file. Okay, and root.text they are asking, but we didn't find it yet, right? Mhm. So did you find any root file? Let me check. Slash. Let me first check where am I, like pwd. So home lin desktop. Okay, so cd slash root. Let's see, permission denied. Okay. Mhm. And since we are lin user, we need to figure out a way how we can reach or escalate our privilege into a root. So this is where the part comes as like privilege escalation. Okay, so this is where it get interesting. Like so far we have done the basics, so now we already got the access, but we don't have enough rights like a root. Okay, so what we can do, we can try from here any common like Linux, I mean the Lin user and the root user, admin user and the normal user. Are they having any common programs running? Okay, so this can be done by two ways, actually three ways, but for now just try normally. Sudo hyphen L. This will provide you common programs running in between Lin user and the root user, which can be run commonly, right? So this sudo hyphen L, and it's sudo command, and it's asking for the password, by the way, and I should have saved the password somewhere. Let me try to copy it, pasting it here. Okay, so sudo hyphen L command work here. Okay, in this case, so you can avoid the rest of the details and you can focus mainly on this one. So user lin may run the following commands on this IP, on this target. Okay, so root bin slash tar. This particular tar program is kind of like an archive program in the Windows you might already knew, like when you archive something, some files, or compress some files and unzip files, you will be using a winrar file, right? So sometimes it's visible, like let's say Here itself, you can see WinRAR, you can see, right? WinRAR zip archive. So kind of this, the file you call, we saw like, the WinRAR file in the Windows. In order to compress or unzip, we'll be using that one, right? So WinRAR. Okay. Similar program in Linux is used. This is what called tar. Okay, tar program. So now we know the lin user and the root user have a common program called tar. So with this information, we need to try to hack and get the privilege escalator. So we can use GTF Orbins. Okay, this is the link you can see. So GTF Orbins has a like we use this one in order to get the common general, like any common programs or anything. If you found it, you can have several commands in order to get the privilege access, sudo access or reverse shell. So this is very much useful in like when you try to hack things, but don't use it for illegal purposes. This is for educational purpose. Okay, so in GTF Orbins you can try searching tar. Okay, so once I try tar, I can see we have shell access, file write, file read, upload, download. So let me click tar. Okay, from tar you can see several options are there. Okay, since I'm focusing on privilege, I need to focus on the sudo part. Okay, so here, shell access. Okay, it's mentioned. This executable can spawn an interactive system shell. Okay, so if you are an unprivileged user, so since lin user is unprivileged, I mean he don't have full access, right? So we can use this command to get in the privilege access. Okay, this function can be performed by any unprivileged user. Okay, if you are a sudo user, you can try this. Okay, so again I'm repeating, from GTF Orbins you can search for the tar program, and according to your need you can figure out which command you need to use. Since we are an unprivileged user, we can copy this tar command, related command, and get into our machine. Okay, and we can execute this command there. Okay, you can see I'm logged in to SSH connection of the target machine. Okay, there I am executing this tar command, because when I did the sudo -l, it showed tar program is running commonly in between normal user and the root user. Okay, I hope we are clear. See, just a command, simple command, and I got the access of root. Okay, you might not know it now. Let me try who am I or id commands will prove it. Okay, so who am I is showing still lin. Okay, checkpoint. Removing leading slash from member names. Mhm. Okay, something went wrong. So still I'm logged in as a lin user. Okay, let me check what went wrong. So with the GTF Orbins, we found this star command, unprivileged one. This can be performed by any unprivileged user. So let me try it in my THM1. Let me check where am I. Okay, I'm in the root, I'm in slash folder, and sudo. Okay, seems when I run provide the command with the sudo, it started working. Okay, let's check what is the access I'm having. Now I'm a root user. Okay, meanwhile already initially had a problem when I executed the command without the sudo. Okay, I used to execute it whatever the command provided in the uh, gtf province without sudo word in front. At that time I didn't get the access. I was still a lin user. Okay, so I ran into the issue, and when I try to use the sudo, I get the access. Okay, and even in the same location you can run it, no issue. With the desktop you can run home, uh, lin, and desktop. Okay, so for now I'm just a root user. So after getting the root access, let's try ls. So here in the ls, I think ls hyphen l would be easier for, like, what do you call, in order to figure out the root folder and the password. Okay, here we found root folder. Okay, if you didn't find, you can use the find command. Find hyphen name root, I think. Dot slash root is providing, can skip it. But what they mentioned, root.txt, right? Okay, if not, you can provide the grep. um, you can ask find name root.txt. Okay, it's in dot slash root.txt. Okay, so let me stop it, and cd slash root list root.txt is there. So cat root.txt. Okay, we found the thm. Here you can provide that one, the bounty hacker root.txt flag, and I think that's it. That's all the lab asks for. Okay, that's all. Meanwhile, I just wanted to, like, explain what else, and we ran into an issue. So let me check one more thing, like cd slash home slash link, okay, pwd. So ls hyphen l, you can see these general files, and we can move on to the desktop. ls hyphen l. So user.txt is there. Okay, earlier we were here, and you can see now after the privilege access, you can see a hash in front. Earlier it wasn't there. We were a lin user. Okay, so at that time we had the dollar symbol in front. Okay, so nothing much. Only the confusing part is this tar command, because after finding the tar program, I just went into gtf opens and I just searched for it, and I was about here. But what I ran into the problem is, like, here I got the command, but I didn't use it with the sudo command in front. I just used it directly. I just copy pasted. It didn't work. It didn't give me the sudo access. It just gave me the same user. I was ended up with the lin user, like, which I was previously. So what I did, I used the sudo command in front after this star, tar command. Before that, I used the sudo and tried the command. So once it's done, it worked exactly what which I wanted is the sudo access, and I gained it. Okay, so that's how it works. Sometimes, like even GTF opens, you need to check the like how you need to use this one and all. Okay, it has many options like backdoor and privilege and so many things were there. So I just use the unprivileged one, the command copied and done. Okay, hope it's clear for now. And one more thing, other than the sudo hyphen l, we use, how did we find the sudo like tar program? We use the sudo hyphen l, right? You can see here. Where was it? Where was it? Yeah, here. So sudo hyphen l. When I was a Linux user, I use sudo hyphen l. In some cases, sudo command is also not allowed for the general users. At that time, you can't use this sudo hyphen l to search and figure out these common programs like tar and all. So what you can do, another alternate method is find command. Okay, find slash, let me try it. Okay, find slash hyphen permission. Okay, find slash hyphen permission hyphen u equal s, which means normal user hyphen u equals to sudo user. Okay, so find slash hyphen permission u equal s and 2 greater than slash div slash null. Okay, so this is a similar command for instead of like sudo hyphen l, you can use this as well. This will show you what are the programs commonly running in between normal user and sudo with sudo privilege. Okay, later on with other sessions we'll be using this command. Okay, in order to figuring out common programs, and all these inputs you can, all these outputs you can figure out, and you can check this like certain ping commands are there, mount options, these things you can figure out, grab any program and check in GTF opens. So there they will provide some methods to hack by using these programs and get the privilege. Okay, you can see here also tar is showing. Okay, so the places where you can't use sudo hyphen l, you can use the find slash command. Okay, it's been like this. Find slash hyphen perm, which means permission, hyphen u equal s, normal user equals sudo user, 2 greater than slash div slash null. Okay, so instead of sudo hyphen l, you can use this command as well. Okay, so also some other areas, some other options are there, like you can use after getting some information or access, you can try uname hyphen a, or else you can try lsb release hyphen a. If not, you can find a file, you can refer like in HC file. There is something called OS release as well. Yes, release, I think. Mhm, mhm. So uname hyphen a or lsb release hyphen a or cat etc OS release. This is a document actually. OS release is a document, a file in the etc where you can find some information. Okay, so now it's summary time. So since for the initial lab we already spent around 30-40 minutes. So once after you learning, don't spend much more time on it, try the lab. After that, like once in 2 3 days, or like weekly once, just try this. Go through a text document. Okay, I will provide the text document and you can put it in Excel as well. This is for my reference I'm using. So that next time I don't need to spend around 1 hour to learn this lab. I don't have to do. So I summarize this part. So sudo -l use, find command use, and for Linux basic information, the kernel information, I can try uname -a, or OS version I can find from this LSB, or OS data document I can analyze with this one. And bypassing security and handling permissions, I already know. I can get with the FTP by logging in, and Hydra command already shown in the video. And SSH, I can use it like this, username at the IP, and ls-l and la and pwd cat command, grep command. You can see, to download the file I use get space logs.txt. In order to, after getting the FTP access, to download it to the THM lab, I use this get command. Okay, and who am I, ID, GTF or bins. So once I just go through it, I will have an idea randomly. Okay, this is what this lab is about. That's enough. So again and again, we don't need to read. So do basic scan and find FTP, SSH, HTTP is open. This is a summary. Okay. So after that, we found the ports open and we tried FTP, anonymous login. And after that, text documents, we read it and found a word list in order to brute force. We tried the SSH login. Okay. In order to do that, we need a password. So Hydra brute forcing found and got the password, login with SSH. Okay. And tried ID command for which user and PWD. Then sudo -l for common programs with lin user and root user. Then we found the tar common program, like a WinRAR program in Windows. Okay, archiving program. So after that, what we did, from tar, we can run both root and lin here. So GTF for bins, we ended up to search how we can manipulate this tar command in order to get the privilege access, like sudo access in the target machine. So we got the command and we got it like with the sudo in front. You can see, run it with sudo in front. Okay, copy the command and don't forget the sudo part. Okay, then grep and find commands used for flag finding, like grep command or find command for root.txt. Okay, and we don't need to worry further, like find command and grep command. Those details I have provided. Mhm. And that's it. So next time when you learn it, please, once you try it, just spend only 1 hour for this video. After that, copy this entire, I mean, note this down, or I will provide the text document, so you can grab this information and put it into Excel like this. So in the spreadsheet, you can just quickly refer next time. Okay, I'll be sharing this text document. Okay, you can refer this text document in the file called Bounty Hacker. Okay, in the Google Drive. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. Hope you learned something new. And once you are done, I can see 1 hour is there, so I can close my machine. So if you are a normal user, just terminate it on time. Okay, right machine. Mhm. Lab machine as well, you can turn it off. I think I'm not sure why it's not going off. Maybe once I close the lab, the machine will go off automatically. Okay. So you can read this. To successfully complete this room, you'll need to set up your virtual environment. This involves starting both attack box if you are not using VPN. So if we have the Kali machine virtual machine, I can run the Open VPN and I can directly contact this THM lab from there itself. In previous labs, I think we have done it already. Since this is a small lab, I am not using that one. And lab machine ensuring equip necessary tools and access. Okay, so let's just close it. Sync connection methods. Those attack box. Already I finished the lab, so let me finish it. Let's see what happens if I start sharing it. So far the learning part is finished. I'm just hovering it before I close it.